Hey guys, Super Godzilla Final Wars here, and Mikasa, and we are back with another Godzilla movie review. So, today we're going to be reviewing Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah. Unfortunately, I did not have Heisei Ghidorah, but I do have Mecha King Ghidorah as a replacement, until I get the Heisei King Ghidorah. Like, didn't you try to get the Heisei King Ghidorah, like, last time? Yes, but my dad couldn't tell the difference. So instead, he got me the Bandai, the Monster Series, King Ghidorah 2018, even though I already freaking have it. So, yeah. And wasn't that also on your birthday? Yes. I swear, these adults cannot tell the differences between different monsters. Like, yes, they have the same name, but they're different incarnations, different designs. So I gotta just stick right next to him to make sure he's getting the right one next time. Let's just move on to the review, please. So, for Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, let's go over the plot line, storyline, human characters, and of course, the monsters. So, for storyline, I loved it. The storyline was flat out awesome. I just loved it. Like, literally, like, humans from the future pretending that they're good. Well, one of them is actually good. But besides of that, they pretend that they're good, try to help humanity to get rid of Godzilla, only to replace him with King Ghidorah. Then later, Godzilla comes back to kill King Ghidorah, but then after that, Godzilla becomes the bad guy, and then they go back in time, bring back King Ghidorah as Mecha King Ghidorah, and just have him to fight Godzilla. That was just awesome. 10 out of 10 of a storyline right there. 10 out of freaking 10. This is possibly like one of my most favorite Heisei Godzilla movies of all time. Why, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Like, seriously, how did we first went to the wacky, retarded, and funny Showa era Godzilla movies, to the best to the worst, but then somehow get to the most awesome movie series of the Heisei Godzilla films. That's like something about what happened if the Lion King turned out goofier at first, starting off with the Lion Guard, completely not starting with, let's say they start the series not by going to the Lion King movies, more like skipping the Lion King movies, and immediately going straight to the Lion Guard series. The Lion Guard series turns out to be stupid, weird, and retarded, and funny. Not all the way funny. But then when we get to the Lion King movies, they turn out to be awesome and successful. Like, how did that happen? And then we have frickin' the plot line. The plot line of this movie was just awesome. I loved it. Yeah, especially the part where we get to see Godzilla's origin story, where he's actually a Godzillasaurus. And, like, the nuclear radiation is what turned the Godzillasaurus into Godzilla. I love that part. The human characters were even more likable and understandable. Well, like I say, they were more likable and more understandable than the Godzilla vs. Biollante characters. It was just amazing and awesome. Their roles were just amazing, awesome, and beautiful. And I need to go get a drink real quick. Yeah, and let us not forget that the Godzilla saved the Japanese army from the American army. I find that very interesting. The only thing I have a problem with is, of course, was the fact that they used Rodan and Gamera's roars for the Godzilla. Yeah, why they couldn't come up with their own Godzilla Saurus or prehistoric Godzilla roar? Yeah, I find that very confusing. Anyways, let's move on to the monsters. For starters, I love this Godzilla's design. And I think this was the first time where we see Godzilla being bigger than besides 50 meters. Because, this Godzilla proved to be 100 freaking meters. And I just loved it. I just love how Godzilla just freaking went from 50 meters to 100 freaking meters so quickly. And I even love the soundtrack too. The soundtrack was awesome. And I would say, I love the return of King Ghidorah. We haven't seen him since Godzilla vs. Gigan, I think. That was the last time we saw King Ghidorah. Yeah, basically me and my fellow Ghidorahs, we had to take a break. And besides, the directors thought that we might need a break, so we were just honored to take a break after making Godzilla vs. Gigan. But now that we have returned in Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, fans started to realize that I am basically the most hated and worst rival that Godzilla could ever have. So, frick you, King Kong. Get in line next. Go all the way back in line. And I will say, another thing. I will say, I love Mecha King Ghidorah. Well, more like Cyborg King Ghidorah, because, well, yeah, when I had a talk with the directors, I was like, dude, you do realize I'm not fully robotic. There are parts of my body that are still covered with skin, flesh, blood, and bone. I should be called Cyborg King Ghidorah, not Mecha King Ghidorah. If you want a true mecha, just cover my entire body with metal. Well, and making me more robotic. Seriously, I'm not Mecha King Ghidorah, I'm Cyborg Ghidorah. Yeah, I will agree on that point. I feel like you should have been called Cyborg Ghidorah and not Mecha Ghidorah. There is an MMD model of Hyper Mecha King Ghidorah. I just prefer to call that Mecha King Ghidorah, not Hyper Mecha King Ghidorah. Can't disagree with you on that. So, for this movie... Oh, and one more thing. I liked how the way Godzilla changed from being a hero in, the first couple of minutes in the movie, to then changed from being a bad guy. I just love that part. What can I say? Hey, you can't have a Godzilla movie without some city destroying scenes. With me destroying the city now, can you? There's no disagreeing with you on that point. So for this movie, I gave it 10 out of 10 Golden Godzilla stars. The first Godzilla movie that reaches 10 out of 10 Golden Godzilla stars. How surprising is that? 10 out of 10 Golden Godzilla stars. Anyways, we hope you guys liked the video. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in our next video. Bye-bye!